Ooh, wait a minute, actually. Holy moly.
Just to go live with the show, Larry.
Oh, yeah, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. I'm Larry Monkey. And you can find me on Twitter at FFLarryMonkey. Oh, I got to expand the screen to get a better look. That's a lavender t-shirt if I ever saw one. I don't know what's going on below because there's a blanket there. I don't know. He's got a house in the background. Oh, man, that house is a good-looking house back there, man.
It's well built, well constructed.
At Run DFF, Justin Rogers!
Yo, what's up, man? Look, I'm just glad that I could pause you for a second from talking about everything you wanted to talk about before the show.
I know.
Yo, he's like, oh, I got a trade offer. Oh, I got a trade offer. And just starts talking. I'm over here saying, shut up, Larry, just start the show. Shut up, Larry, start the show. So, Larry, we're in here. Let's just get to these trade offers that you were just oohing and gooing.
I just want to give everybody a heads up. We have been live for 23 minutes and 38 seconds, but not for the pod. Not for the pod you're listening to right now. Right? Because if you are a member of the Patreon, if you are a patron, you get the link from the stream when me and Justin link up and we just are BSing before the show. You all can be a part of that and join along in our BS session. And you can then, like Justin said, I was talking about everything. I ran through the whole show already. And he was like, dude, you gotta save it. But yeah, join the Patreon. There's a couple tiers and yada yada yada, and reach out if you want to. And
a hop and chat. You know, if you need some off season, if you've just got a fix that you need, the chat is the way to go. We'll get your fix going.
We got some chats. You can get our phone numbers for some personal one-on-one. Yeah, right. Sexting. Sure, yeah. Justin will sext you. But that we can get into. What should we get into? The trade offer? I mean,
okay. So right before when I had to pause you and get you to focus on starting the show, yes. You were all excited because you're getting trade offers.
It's an interesting
all
trade.
In the same league, Larry?
No, this is a completely different league. This is the Renegades League.
You must have email. Go ahead.
Renegades 3, and I got an offer right now. I'll just ask you what side you got. This is a 12-team, start 13, 2-point tight end. Obviously, super flex.
Yep.
A league I do not have a quarterback. My quarterback room is Sam Darnold, Taylor Heineke, Kenny Pickett, and Justin Fields.
Holy shit. You went in on a bunch of dudes that suck.
Well, this was a startup that I did. And I went all picks and tight ends. So
now you're learning why you don't go all tight ends instead of quarterbacks. Got it.
It's a work in progress. My team is shaping up. I sold a few of my picks for. Well, I'll just give you this deal and you tell me who you got here.
Okay.
The 108 and the 101, or Jamar Chase and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh golly. No, I want Chase and Gibbs. I mean, here's why. Gibbs is worth more than the 108, right?
Yeah,
that's clear.
Gibbs especially with this lack of a running back class.
Yeah. And if I'm selling Jamar Chase, it's going to be for more than Caleb Williams. I want to be in that. Maybe you could go get Dak Prescott for him. I know you don't like Dak. Maybe you can go get someone in that range for Jamar Chase. And then
why would I want Dak Prescott for Jamar Chase?
I'm saying if you need a quarterback, because basically you're trading Caleb Williams for Jamar Chase. And
what if I flip the 101 for the 102 and the 106?
If you can do that, that's fine. But here's the problem. You're still taking a quarterback at 102.
You're know what?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
I might. If I'm still beefing up my team, I have 3 25 firsts. I also have the 109 and the 110.
Yeah, there's no quarterbacks next year, so that's a problem.
Okay, well, right now
Shador Sanders. It's like Shador Sanders, Carson Beck, and Quinn Ewers are the top 3 quarterbacks next year.
It was only Caleb Williams and Drake Way last year.
No, Jaden Daniels had already hit the scene too.
He wasn't.
So
let me just tell you,
an NFL prospect. Either way, Larry. Either way, the problem with that is that yes, okay. Let's say that it was only May and Caleb Williams. Who else you got that you really want this year? JJ McCarthy.
Let me just explain to you that I did not have Chase and Gibbs. I traded the 102, the 106, and the 112 for Chase and Gibbs.
Okay, that's fine. I'm keeping them, and I'm trading. If I need a quarterback, I'm trading Chase for a quarterback. Let's see, what could you get in that range? Let's see here.
Yeah. So essentially, it's the 102, the 106, and the 112.
You know what I would
108.
I might try to get Justin Herbert for Jamar Chase. See if you can do that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be. I would give that a shot and see what would happen. You need quarterbacks. You cannot win without quarterbacks, and you don't have any prospects in the future.
Well, you also have to remember that I'm a wheeler and dealer. I mean, I said I didn't have anyone on my team. I mean, I started out with no one but tight ends on my team, and now I have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Gibbs, and I have two first-round picks, 3 firsts next year. I have a stud at each position.
What are your tight ends now that you went so heavy tight end? What are your tight ends?
Andrew Schultz, Laporta, and yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at now. I mean, I've Rucker and Dulcich and Gerald Everett.
So Andrews and Laporta, because Schultz hardly counts either. I know he got a deal.
Schultz hardly counts. Get the hell out of here. Are you serious?
Okay, where did Schultz finish this year?
Guy just signed a 3-year deal.
It doesn't matter.
$23 million guaranteed, a $36 million deal. Hey, $12 million a year. That's more than
Larry. Do you get points for dollars?
Like is more than Saquon?
Point per contract? Is this a point per contract league?
Well, I mean,
I don't know what your scoring settings are, but this year Dalton Schultz was QB 10 in PPR scoring.
You got 88 targets. What are you talking about?
88 targets? You think that's a lot?
For a tight end?
No. Yeah, even for a tight end, yes. Do you think that's a lot for a tight end?
I think it's a decent amount. Why wouldn't he?
He's in that same group. Okay, what's the difference between him and Logan Thomas? Or him and...
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You think Schultz is at the Logan Thomas level? Or what did you think? Conklin didn't even score a touchdown last year.
Yeah, and you guess what? He was only 2.8 points behind Schultz in PPR.
Oh my God! You know what? You've always ragged on Schultz. You've always said
that's not true. I was a Schultz truther. I was a Schultz truther with Dallas. I have so much Schultz, but he's not. He's not. He's just in that lump of that flat tier from like tight end 8 or whatever, all the way down to tight end 17. It's all the same. And it doesn't matter. Jake Ferguson outscored him last year by 27 points almost.
He's got a decent floor.
Who?
Dalton Schultz.
He doesn't have a floor.
Sure he does.
No,
I'm talking about on the first season. He's going to get you 5 touchdowns on the season.
Oh, for the season, sure. Because I was going to say he scored under 4 points in PPR 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times last year.
Hold on. What was that question again?
He scored in just straight PPR. He scored under 4 points 5 times last year.
But he also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double-digit games.
That's in your tight end premium scoring of whatever it is.
In my 2-point tight end scoring, yes.
Well, yeah. So, okay, but you can say that, but it's all relative to the others. Like you could say, oh, he had this many double-digit scoring games.
It's 37-point game. 37-point game.
Let me finish, Larry. Where did he finish in 2-point tight end premium scoring? I bet it was lower than regular PPR.
You want to know if he was a tight end? What would be your guess?
Tight end 12.
What would be your guess?
Tight end 12.
Tight end 12. Let's see.
A little lower because he had 5 touchdowns or whatever.
It's telling me Evan Engram was like the tight end 1 here.
Well, he was a tight end 2.
Evan Engram was tight end 2 overall?
Yeah, bud.
Was he?
In PPR, he was.
Evan Ingram?
Yeah, dude. Yes.
Evan Ingram was the tight end 2 in fantasy football scoring? Is that what? How come this is news to me?
And actually, you're right. In 2 PPR premium, I pulled up a league he is. He scored 344. Laporta scored 325.
He's the tight end 1.
He was the tight end 1 in 2 PPR last year. Yeah.
So Dalton Schultz is the tight end 11. So he's the tight end 1.
Tight end 11. Yeah. Ingram had 130 targets last year.
Wow.
And 104 catches for 884 yards.
I had
That's
no
why,
idea.
because he had 100.
Why come we've never talked about Evan Ingram before?
I don't know. Maybe we need to dedicate a whole show. My goodness, he came on. I mean, he had a monster year because he had 104 catches. He caught everything. And in that's where you got to look at high volume receivers. Like, he didn't have a bunch of yards. He had 884 yards. Nothing spectacular.
Wow.
Pretty low yards per catch. And he only had 3 touchdowns. But when you get 130 targets and you catch 104 of them, shit, yeah. Yeah, so there's Dalton Schultz down there at QB 11 in the same cluster of bullshit with Goddard, Kyle fucking Pitts, Tyler Conklin, Logan Thomas. They're all within a couple points of each other in this. Like, yeah, there's Tyler Conklin, 3 points behind, 13.9 to 10.8. Yeah, like I said, it's a flat tier.
So, I mean, are you trying to get your hands on some Evan Ingram?
Might be, but the hard part about that, Larry, is that the people who have them, they know.
They know. You know what? I don't have any Evan Ingram.
I don't know that I have one share.
Yep.
It makes me curious.
That is why I do not know about Evan Ingram. Unbelievable. All right, so I'm going to go back to this guy. He needs to add something to this.
I would just try to move Jamar Chase for quarterback. I would immediately see who's got Herbert and see if they have 2 decent other quarterbacks and make that deal.
What if I counter Chase for his 2 firsts?
The 101 and the 110 or whatever it is.
108.
I think you have to throw something small on top of that to make that happen.
I got some small stuff.
I've heard about that.
Quentin Johnston, Pickett.
I didn't say nothing. I said a small piece, not a nothing piece. You're going to ruin the trade. You know how you get that trade? And it's not a player that you don't
want. What about Darnell Mooney?
Yeah. Oh, he's a bigger piece than Quentin Johnston and who was the other player you mentioned? Kenny Pickett. Yeah. At least he's starting.
A little Mooney Sweetner.
Yeah. Look, when you get that trade, and I think we've mentioned it before, where it's the player that you just really don't like and you don't even feel like looking at the trade because it's got that player in there. That would be a Quentin Johnston trade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? There's been a little bit of hype around Quentin Johnston.
Only because they traded Keenan Allen. But that doesn't mean anything because come draft day, when they select freaking Roma Dunze or something or Neighbors, then it doesn't matter. Quentin Johnston is dead again. They're taking
people are trying to hold, I guess, some of the Chargers coaches, or maybe Harbaugh said it, that, all we care about is protecting Herbert. And it's the smokescreen stuff, but I'm sure they're going to go. I mean, how are they going to pass up a chance to draft one of these wideouts? It's like a legendary, top 3 class. It's like AJ Green and Julio type of deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so should I go the Chase Mooney for the 101? And yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe there's a little bit of hype about Mooney with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, let's see what he got, Mr. fucking Chase, and because he knows what I gave up for Gibbs and whatever. Anyway, so Justin Fields. I happen to have him on this team.
Let's talk about Justin Fields, Larry.
And I just,
for the longest time, you were in denial about Justin Fields and his prospect as a quarterback. I kept trying to read the writing on the wall, and you just kept turning the lights off so you couldn't see it.
Okay.
Are we there yet, Larry? Are you giving up on Justin Fields for now?
I have Justin Fields in 1 league right now.
Yeah.
I had him in 2 leagues.
Unfortunately, you made that trade after all the noise, right?
Well, no, I traded him away.
But it was after, like, it was when all the noise started that he wasn't going to be a starter and everything, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it was right. It was a few days before the trade.
Yeah.
Everyone was waiting for something to happen regarding Fields.
Right.
And
what was that deal again? Do you remember it?
I traded away Marquise Brown, Justin Fields, and Bijan Robinson,
right,
for Josh Allen and a Devy pick.
What a steal! What a steal of Josh Allen. Someone just really believed Justin Fields was going to be.
I mean, I think it had a lot to do with Marquise Brown going to the Chiefs, because it happened right after the Chiefs deal. After Hollywood went to the Chiefs, then the deal came for Fields and Bijan. This is, I'm not a really big Josh Allen guy, just because for a number of reasons, man. Probably the main one is he's in the same division as my Jets, and so I have Josh Allen. So he's an asset that I feel it's just another start 13. So I feel like I want to get two pieces for him because I want the bodies. So I want to tear down off of him. But I made this deal, which only left Fields on one of my teams.
Yep.
One of my rebuild teams. So it wasn't like a team that I was just like that. It wasn't like a kick in the gut. It was like, one of my rebuild teams has Fields, which leads me to what are we talking about? Fields to the Steelers. You don't think that's a good landing spot for him with Russ in his fiery trash can?
Okay, so here's the question. Based on what Russ did last year and what Fields did last year, do you think there's a chance that Fields can take that job from him?
I'm not sure he can take the job because Russ was pretty efficient last year.
Right. Russ actually looked like a quarterback last year.
But we're playing Dynasty. Okay. So
my next question would be, did anything that happened this offseason tell you that the NFL is looking to Fields as a long-term answer or even just a 2025 option?
I know that when Justin Fields was in an interview during the draft process, and somebody, whoever it was, asked him who he modeled his game after. He said Russell Wilson.
He should have said Ryan Fitzpatrick and have like the 9-year breakdown because he ain't doing shit for the first.
And now he's learning under his protege. Like Russell Wilson has his muse now in Justin Fields. So now Fields can learn under the tutelage of the great Russell Wilson.
Stop your shit, Larry. It's so embarrassing.
and hold on. And we say it every single week. There were 66 starting QBs last year, so he's more or less going to get on the field. And they're crazy not to use him because he's got world-class speed.
Whoa, easy with that world-class stuff.
Don't say that to Run DFF. Run DFF.
He ain't world-class anything. He is fast.
He could beat the Freeze.
No, he could not.
What?
He would get smoked by the Freeze.
Are you kidding me?
Do you realize that the Freeze has legit track creds?
Of course. We're talking about the Freeze. What is his Twitter handle? The Freeze. The Freeze is the guy that comes out in like the 7th inning and races someone at the Atlanta Braves. Have the Freeze that he runs around the warning track. He races somebody around the warning track and he wins every time. No one can beat the Freeze.
Nigel Towton. Okay, let's pull him up. Let's beat the Freeze on Twitter, by the way.
So and the Freeze, he runs like every game for Atlanta, a home game.
Yeah. So he ran NAIA stuff. Let's see here.
I was looking forward to Justin Fields versus the Freeze. That would have been great if Fields went to the Falcons. So that was the one thing I was looking forward to. I even tagged the Freeze and the Braves in a tweet.
Oh my! So he ran 11:04. He might get beat. The Freeze did. I thought he was faster than that,
dude.
11:04 is not that fast. I don't know what Justin Fields runs in the 100. I don't know if he ever ran.
I bet you he ran. Of course he did, because he's got world-class speed. Well, I have Fields in one league. I traded him away right before he disappeared. But I want to talk about. And of course, everyone thinks, it's a buy low on Fields, except for you, because you just think Fields is done. But I think Fields is a buy low, so I'm sending some offers out. Some, I don't know, late second.
Yeah, but what's a buy low? Yeah, okay. So this is what I said. If you could get him for like the 204, 205,
Yeah, we talked
I'm
about
down
it.
with that. I'm down with that. Yeah, we talked about this in the Patreon. I am not. I see people still giving like the 112 for him. That's stupid. Like, oh, I'm projected for a late 25 first. I'll give that. No, the fuck you will. Don't do that. Don't
Wow.
buy the backup QB. Like that's just a poor. That's
For a
problem.
first round pick.
Yes, like that. I've seen that shit, and it's like it doesn't make any damn sense. This popped up in the HQ1. In HQ1, it was Geno Smith versus Justin Fields.
Right.
Yeah. Right afterward, and you were like, "I can't believe Geno Smith." So I threw it on Twitter, and I think it ended up like 66%. I'm pulling it up right now.
Right.
I found some polls, so let me see here.
So I offered Swags.
Yeah, it was 66-34.
Swagzilla.
It was 66-34 to Geno. You were incredulous about Geno Smith over Justin Fields.
I couldn't believe it.
And I just don't understand. Like, you're still stuck on Justin Fields as a great fantasy quarterback, which is all fine and dandy, but he's not an NFL quarterback. So if you're not an NFL quarterback, you ain't scoring in fantasy.
You think Geno has a starting job for the next 3 or 4, 5 years?
I don't know. All I know is he's starting in 2024, and I know who isn't starting in 2024. That's Mr. Fields.
So I offered Swags pick 206 for Justin Fields, and he rejected me.
In HQ1?
No, in the Superflex Army.
Yeah. I think Swag still believes in him. I mean, clearly he traded Justin Fields for him, didn't he?
Well, hold on. So shortly thereafter, we have like there's a Twitter thing. Swags makes this like statement. I said no. It's like our Superflex Army chat. He like makes a blanket. He puts out a statement regarding Fields and the offers he's been getting and what.
Oh well, let's hear that. Yeah, sure.
So he's like, hey, guys, just going to be transparent and throw this out there. I've had a few offers for Fields. I also have Russell Wilson. To me, it makes 0 sense to trade Fields away for peanuts when I have Russ.
Right.
If you want Fields, you'll have to show you want him, not that you think he's not worth much. Willing to add Russ and Fields in a combo, but no reason to sell for the prices I've seen.
Well, which just means he's going to be holding on to Justin Fields.
Yeah, he's going to be stuck for Fields.
Which is all fine and dandy. Everyone needs backup quarterbacks on their roster for that spot start.
I love the idea of having Fields. And when Russ falters or gets hurt, Fields is going to come in and save the day. Right?
Yeah, you're going to get yourself 4 games of 20 points a game. And then he'll be back on the bench because they went 1-3.
And Mike Tomlin's a great coach. I mean, look where Fields came from. He came from just Siberia.
I understand. They started this last year. They went and got DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And what happened? Fields proved he was a one-read quarterback. He threw 1,000,000 yards to DJ Moore and couldn't get shit to anybody else.
Komet had a good season. He did okay.
Yeah, he was fine. Komet was fine. And that was their second leading receiver, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What did he have? Like 650 yards or something like that? I have no idea.
It's 700 yards. He only 90 targets, 6 touchdowns. Not too bad. He had a decent season.
Like I said, it was fine.
Yeah.
It just wasn't beyond the first read. There was nothing there. I mean, he didn't do shit beyond the first read. And that is a problem. The only thing he can do right now is run. Fantasy-wise, he came on at the end of the season. As an NFL quarterback, he didn't show any progression. He remained the same mediocre dude.
Yeah, right. We all know you're the Justin Fields hater.
At this point, I am. I'm giving up on him. I'm completely out on him.
All right.
I just have no use
for it. We'll see.
I have no use.
Well, like I said, I only have him one league, so I'm happy that I have him in this one league that's not even remotely close. I'm at least a year away.
Well, let's play this would you rather game. All right. I'm going to scroll way down in the rankings here. All right. Justin Fields or Bryce Young?
Fields.
Okay. I don't understand it. Justin Fields or Deshaun Watson? That one's easy.
Yeah, I guess Watson. That's not easy. That's not easy.
You don't think that's easy?
I mean, what has Watson done in the last 3 years?
He's in nothing. Okay, so then Mayfield or Watson?
He hasn't been an NFL starter, though. He's been shit.
Who? Watson? No, he's actually starting games.
When?
He started last year.
How many games? Fields started more games than him.
He probably did. Hold on. Let's see here. Fields started 13. And yeah, he only started 6. But he was the starter is the problem.
So he's played 6 games in 3 years, 4 years?
He played 12 games because he got all the starts the year prior once he was off suspension.
I feel like Fields and Watson are around that's for me.
Okay.
I feel like that's the cut.
All right. Well, how about Mayfield?
Ooh, wow. Who knew that Baker Mayfield would be
I think it's easy.
more
Just got a deal.
Yeah, he's just signed a big deal, of course.
Okay, so
and he doesn't suck. Like he's
fine. Go ahead. We don't have to dwell on players. Will Levis or Justin Fields?
That's a good one. I guess you have to go Levis.
Derek Carr or Justin Fields?
Fields.
Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields?
Rodgers.
So what's the difference between Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I mean, I'm clearly a Jets fan. I mean, and he is a prick, but I'm also gonna give away. Here we go, draft night, the draft special. We're doing the draft special since we're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Live draft party. That's right.
I am not. Yes, we're doing a live NFL draft party like we do every single year. Our annual draft party. We got some really fun friends coming on. I'm going to give away not 1 but 2 Aaron Rodgers jerseys.
I'd give them all away. Whatever you got, I'd give them all away.
I'm giving away 2 Aaron Rodgers jerseys.
Are they Packers jerseys or Jets jerseys?
Jets jerseys, yes.
Oh, man.
I'm over this guy with his fucking Sandy Hook and fucking 9/11 bullshit.
Is it a suit with his name on the back of it for his vice president?
It's a real deal, Chinese, fucking perfect jersey. Been only worn, obviously not worn that often since he didn't make it past the first 5 minutes of the game. But yes. So, I mean, what do you got? What do you got? Do position player and Justin Fields. Why does it have to be quarterback?
Okay. Well, let's go to wide receivers. All right. Oh, man, I got to go way down, though. Okay, Deontay Johnson or Justin Fields?
Fields.
Oh, see, I can't. Terry McLaurin or Justin Fields?
Fields.
Really?
I want a nice piece. Come on, give me somebody I like.
Dude, these are actual starters. Chris Godwin.
Nah, Fields.
Christian Kirk.
Fields.
You're taking all these. You're taking a backup quarterback over all these guys?
I'd rather have George Pickens over Fields.
Amari Cooper.
Fields.
Mike Evans.
Fields.
Cooper Kupp.
Fields.
This is just stupid, man. You're holding on. You got tape lock, man. You got tape lock.
No, that's no tape lock. These are just old. You're giving me all these old guys.
Yeah, but at least they're starters for a couple of years. Fields is a young backup. What's the difference? What's the difference between him and Kenny Pickett right now? What's the difference between him and
I don't know, probably 1,000 yards rushing?
You can't rush if you're not on the field, can you?
We don't even know his role. He'll have a role.
They already said that Russell Wilson's the starter. There's no his role is the backup quarterback. Stephon Diggs or Justin Fields?
Fields.
Oh my gosh. Deebo Samuel or Justin Fields?
Deebo.
At least you got some sense there. Devontae Adams or Justin Fields?
It depends what my team looks like. But I mean, I'm a dynasty mind.
This is a dynasty hold, like a dynasty bad take.
Devontae Adams, I don't know. I'm still intrigued by Fields. His rushing upside is second to none.
I've already said there's no question about his fantasy production. The only question is he a starter in the NFL? And currently he is not, and there is no prospect for him to be one.
Okay.
So to anyone out there, don't listen to Larry. Do not get stuck on what Justin Fields has done for your lineup, because he won't be doing that for your lineup anytime soon.
All right. So you want to put something on the whiteboard?
Yeah. What do you want?
You want to give me a take right now?
Justin Fields will not be a starter. Justin Fields will not be a starter week 1 of 2025.
Wow. Okay.
And if he doesn't have,
you got to wait that long.
Yeah, we got to wait that long.
2024. You can use that. You have like 12 months to just use that one. Fields, no Fields in 2025.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. He will not be a week 1 starter. I'm saying it now because he probably, I can't say probably, but there is a chance he starts some games based on injury or whatever in 2024. There's no
Fields week 1, 2025.
Yeah.
All right.
And when that happens, when he's not a starter in 2025, his career is dead.
There you go.
Over.
I gave you one side, and I get one side. We're gonna write them down.
We're
gonna see who gets. I'm telling you, I say a lot of stuff, and I'm right a lot, and you say a lot of stuff, and it just gets swept under the rug.
Yeah. Is that how it goes? My team gets swept under the rug, and Larry's always right. So we still have 2 openings in the Hot Sauce Listener League that we need to get filled. We're going to have a dispersal, at least a 3-team dispersal. We're going to open it up to teams in the league that want to join in, so we could have a bigger dispersal. I have no idea.
The dispersal is just a draft with all the available teams that are in the dispersal. All these players are in, and you have your own little private draft.
So that will be as soon as we get these spots filled. So if you're interested, if you're listening, and you want a spot in the Dynasty Hot Sauce Listener League, we got 2 teams available right now. So hit me up on the X, on the Twitter. Oh my God. You can knock on my window if you so free, like just tap on the window or throw a rock, a pebble preferably, to get my attention. But yeah, we'll get you the league. So I've got a league that is going from 16 teams to 14 teams. It's an auction league. I have a team that's got a lot of Debbie prospects on it. I have a decent quarterback room with Tua and Trevor Lawrence. So nothing crazy there. I have Quinn.
Wait a minute, decent. Yeah, I guess that is decent's appropriate word to describe.
Right, yeah,
that.
2 like low end QB1, high end QB2 kind of guys.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, just decent for a 16 teamer. It was pretty decent. But I have nothing for anything. I have Zay Flowers on this team. I have Hollywood, and that is the gist of it from that. Let's see here. I don't think I had anybody. Now, for my Debbie stuff, I have Malik Neighbors. I have Xavier Worthy. I have Trey McBride on my taxi squad still. I'm going to have to move him up. And I got Evan Stewart and Tatera McMillan. So that's 2 2025 guys. And I got Quinn Ewers. So I'm still at least a year away with all this stuff. How would you approach the because we're gonna auction off these 2 teams' assets. I'm a little heavy in Debbie money this year, so I could go in on that and really invest in some Debbie players. Right. Or I could kind of spread it out a little bit and try to acquire a bunch of like B and C tier players. Or I could go like all in on 1 or 2 players. What would you do?
I like the going in on 1 and 2 players.
Yeah, getting a couple studs.
Yeah, why not? If you have the ability to grab a couple studs, because they're the ones that are going to carry your teams in the future. If you grab like these mediocre guys, that's all they're going to be.
Right.
So why not go all in on? And plus, you love the shiny pieces, the shiny new piece or 2, and when you have like a legit guy, you're pumped about him.
Yeah,
like we were talking about these 2 Debbie running backs earlier. The more we talk about them, I was just like, ugh, because when you get into that Debbie stuff, these players evolve into like a powerhouse player or not.
Yeah, on one of these little orphans that's going away, they're heavy at tight end. They got Hawk, Kelsey, Goddard, and then a bunch of other names. They have nothing at anywhere else. Nothing. Their best quarterback on their roster is Ryan Tannehill, believe it or not. Yikes. Their best running back was Chuba Hubbard or David Montgomery or Brian Robinson. They had Amari Cooper and Mike Evans, but I know that I'm not investing in an old player like that. They have Michael Thomas. The other team had Russell Wilson. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. So
everyone's going to be dumping their load on that.
Yeah. They got Garrett Wilson on that team.
Ooh.
They got Luther Burden, who's a prospect for next year. That could be interesting.
He's the 101 potential.
It looks like their Debbie pick is in there, and they earned the 103 this year, so that could be a good. I might try to go like all in on Marvin Harrison Jr. and their Debbie picks. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I'm probably going to go all in on a couple assets. I really think getting the Debbie money would be good because
I don't even know how to get into this. I'll just tell you the deal. I'll ask you what side you got. You tell me what you want.
Okay.
106, 12 team, 1.5 tight end. Start 11. 106 or Tank Dell and the 2, which is really the 203, because there's a toilet bowl pick, which is the
Yeah,
130.
I want the 106. I think it's pretty easy. I'm gonna get a Neighbors or a Brock Bowers or one of the quarterbacks, one of the big 3 quarterbacks there.
Yes.
I'm with that.
The 203, you're talking about the 15th overall pick. That's a kind of like a roll of dice running back.
Yeah, right. I don't care about the 203. I mean, I care about the 203, but in the context of getting one of the top tier players, getting in the top tier of this draft, I don't care. It doesn't move the needle enough.
Tank Dell is a hot piece, but he's he's 165 pounds and 5'10". I know CJ Stroud loves him, and he put up he had 119 targets in a short period because he got injured. But that's what's saying. He got injured and then he got injured again, which knocked him out for the season. So if he's going to be, I don't know. I'd rather take the reset on the solid. I mean, everyone talks about the top 6. Like, you can't go wrong within the top 6 of this rookie draft. If I was to secure the top 6 position and only have to give up Tank Dell and whoever is at 115 or 15th overall, then whatever, man. Give me that 106. I have this is another league I have no quarterbacks in. This was an orphan I took over, and I'm still like remaking it. So it's in the rebuild stage. So the only quarterback I have on this team is Aaron Rodgers and a bunch of just random randos. And I got some nice draft capital in this league with the 102 and the 106 and the 108. And I don't think I'm going to go quarterback at 102. I think I'm going to take a wideout because I'm still rebuilding and I have a lot of work to do. And I don't think it makes sense for me to roll the dice on one of these quarterbacks. I didn't roll the dice last year. Well, I don't know. Everything's hit or miss. And I feel like there are some can't miss wide receivers in this draft. And I'd rather secure some can't miss wide receivers and pad that position group with some studs where I already have Garrett Wilson. And I mean, after that, it's just kind of like Christian Kirk and Jacoby Myers. Like that's how limited this team is. So, and my tight end group sucks. So, maybe I could get a Bowers and just add a stud there. I'd have a couple studs here. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I made the deal for that 106. I'm happy because I have, like I said, a number of rookie picks, the 102, 106, 108, the 111. Then I have the 206, 210, and the 211, which I'm trying to kind of move. I'm trying to move that 111 and get that further down with those two, like the 210, 211. That's the 23rd and 24th pick. Trying to package those and trying to get those first rounders up maybe a spot or two, because it's a top heavy draft. So I want to try to use my late seconds to package those late firsts to maybe move up a spot or two. That's what's going on in these parts. You can only focus so much attention on each team. Some teams you could have that are just like up and running. You could let them just like hum along on their own. But some teams you think require some TLC. Not that I've neglected the Superflex Army team. It's an orphan, but it takes time. And I tried to go for it when I first got the team. And then I was like, I had some injuries and I was like, okay, this is going to happen. I need to break this all down. So I kind of wasted a year when I should have just went into total rebuild. Like the team had some pieces. So I thought I could kind of make a little noise. So I kind of screwed up that first year. But now that I'm in a total rebuild, this is what it is. And it's exciting. Rebuilds are great, man. I have all these first round picks.
It is fun. It is fun when it comes time to actually cash in on some of what you got.
Yeah. And this is a league with some sharp guys. So, you always want to, hold your own. So I'm pumped, man. My team's heading in a nice direction in this league. I'm excited about it. And yeah, like everything's humming along. Everything's doing good. Don't really have any total shit teams. Everybody is in where they should be in their evolution. Like, do you have any teams where you're just like, I don't know what the hell is going on here? Is everybody in the place where it should be?
I had one team like that last year, where the year before I got into the playoffs, and then this year my team just fell apart. I don't know what the hell happened. But at the end of the season, I made some moves and decided I could push for this next year. It was weird though, because I mean, I was a solid team the year before, and then I earned the 101 in this league this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, some of that was making some moves down the stretch to dump points, which is fine, all fine and dandy. But I mean, I have Burrow and Watson. I have Brees Hall, and I don't think I have anything else of note there. And then my wide receivers. This is the hard part for me, is that I'm usually stacked at wide receiver, and I have Rashee Rice and JSN as the biggest names on there, Jerry Jeudy. So I need to get some work done in that league. That's the one where I don't know what I've done there.
Okay.
Somehow I screwed that up. But I have the 101 and the 105, so that should help. And I have 325 firsts. So I think I'm just pushing for next year.
Wow.
25.
Okay.
I try to sell some pieces high as the season goes on. But everything else, yeah, I think you're kind of right. Like, it's all been on that. They're all in that certain cycle of where they should be, where either I was rebuilding them on purpose, or they're contenders and they're going to stay that way.
So we talked about this Raheem Sanders and Kaytron Allen trade earlier. I got some traction in the Dynasty Warzone patron chat. That's a fun chat. If anyone wants to explore that, go for it. And I respect this guy a lot, Dallas Hyder. He's a big Devy guy in this chat, so he does a lot of stuff for the Warzone. I have no idea. I should probably know more about his specific stuff, but anyway, he does it. He gives me a quick analysis. I asked Devy trade Raheem Sanders or Kaytron Allen, which isn't really what it is. It's for Sam Darnold, but either one of these guys would be great for Sam Darnold. He responds, "This one is tough. Sanders looks much better on tape when healthy, but put his body through the meat grinder in 2023, and I have no idea what he's going to look like next year. Allen has a running style I hate from prospects. He's trying to juke defenders with arm movements and shoulder shrugs before he's even broken the line of scrimmage like 90% of the time, instead of just running through the open hole, and it kills his gains repeatedly. I'd lead Sanders from a talent standpoint today." That's some great analysis from a patron. I should pay Dallas Hyder to get in our patron, right? Analysis in there, yeah.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there.
So, I mean, the first line tells it all, though. That one is tough.
Yeah, well, if you can get over the injuries, then you should feel good about it.
And with all Devy picks, it's all a crapshoot anyway.
What we have seen from Sanders is an elite breakout, where we haven't seen that from Allen.
Okay.
So there's that to be said for it.
And Raheem Sanders has a cool nickname, Rocket.
Rocket Sanders, that's right.
Kaytron Allen has a cool first name.
Kaytron, cool ass first name.
So it's a tough one. So I mean, I guess I'm going to trade. You have to expect. So are you just assuming that the Vikings are going to draft a quarterback?
Kind of am, yeah.
They traded into the first, so they have 2 first rounders right now, which people believe they're going to use as draft ammunition to move up further. So yeah, Darnold is just a placeholder. So it's almost like it's worth. I mean, I have a really good team in this league, I feel like, but I still feel like I'm also a year away. So I don't really need Sam Darnold on my team. So do I take a shot on one of these 2025 running backs? Raheem Sanders or Kaytron Allen? And it sounds like, I mean, he put his body through the meat grinder in 2023, and no one knows what he's going to look like next year. But Dallas over here hates the style, the Kaytron Allen running style. All right, I'm just going to go with Sanders. I'm going to take
Sanders. Sanders is the actually good player.
Yeah, boom.
When he's healthy. Right.
Yeah, and hopefully, judging the format of Kitchen Sink, which is a format I still have not understood 3 years into the league, hopefully I did not just make a big mistake. All right, accepted trade. We're talking a lot about trade. A lot of trades tonight, folks.
Yeah.
How about Trey McBride being like the new tight end 1 in like everybody's fantasy these days?
Is he, or is Laporta the number 1 and he's number 2?
But
He's up
everybody
there,
else-
though. He's up there. Well, you look, like I said before, you got a second-year tight end with pretty good draft capital who breaks out. Well, why wouldn't he jump in the rankings?
Yeah.
You know, I
As
mean,
soon as Ertz disappeared, as soon as Ertz got hurt.
right. Yeah.
He-
Trey McBride took over and became the man.
Now, is that going to change if the Cardinals, in fact, draft another one? I mean, they did trade. Well, they lost their whole wide receiver core.
Right. Yeah, they got nobody. They got Rondell Moore's on the Falcons.
Michael
and,
Wilson is left. That's it.
Yeah, and Hollywood is on the Chiefs. So right.
So
They need somebody to take targets anyway. And I don't think that's a big deal because I mean Murray's going to throw 550, 600 times next year. So
you got to
see
think
that
the
helps.
Cride's going to be at the end of a lot of those.
Yeah.
Just judging because they already have a rapport.
I'd give like the 107 or 108 for him, or I'd give like the 109 in the second.
2-point tight end or no?
Yeah, because I still want Brock Bowers over him. But then after that, it's like, okay, I can go a lot of different directions. Murray was on pace for 570 targets or 570 pass attempts this year. So there's plenty of pass attempts to go around.
Mm-hmm.
They're not afraid to let him chuck the ball a little bit. Next week, we've got Matt Hicks on.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Be fun. He's got some bold takes out there. So
yeah, Raheem Sanders. He's already been drafted in my Devy League.
I'm not surprised. He was literally a very, very high-end prospect. He was the number 1 or 2 Devy running back last year. It was him and Travion back and forth. He was considered a first-round NFL back.
Well,
When you were saying Raheem Sanders, and I'm like, why is he available? I mean, I know it's because he had a bad year this year, but damn.
Aha. Oh, look at this. See? Yeah. I have another trade proposed to me. Oh, wait, he's giving me a second. Oh, he's throwing in a second. So the Chase Gibbs deal. He came back with a counter. And the counter is the 101, the 108, and the 205.
For Chase and Gibbs?
Chase and Gibbs. No.
Yes, I don't see the appeal. I'd still rather have Gibbs than the 108 and 205.
Well, he thinks I want Chase. He thinks I have Caleb over Chase, especially with my QB situation. That's what he says. And so you can't don't look at my situation.
You know what I'd say? I'd like I told you, I would go find the Herbert owner, see if they have 2 other quarterbacks, and make that trade, and see if I can send Chase for that. Mercer does like Chase a lot.
He might give up.
What do you have at quarterback?
Fields, Darnold. That's it.
So maybe send him Darnold and Chase.
Why would I want to give him Darnold and Chase? Oh, because there's quarterback for quarterback?
Yeah. So he gets a quarterback back.
That's not bad. Well, let's see.
I would just
let me see if Ivan wants to do that for Stroud.
Yeah.
He could do that.
What do their teams look like? Are they competing? I mean, this guy has that Ivan guy has Joe Mixon on the block, so it looks like he might be like, I'm going to try and.
He doesn't look like he's a trade. He's looking to trade. He doesn't have anybody on his team.
He doesn't have the.
Nope.
He's not your trade partner because plus he doesn't have picks either. He's not your trade partner because his team is trash. So getting Darnold doesn't help him. Like getting Chase and Darnold doesn't make him a contender this year by adding a piece. What about Mercer? He's real heavy on everything except for quarterbacks. So maybe you send him like Darnold and another. You have Fields and Darnold and who? Go back up.
Nobody. Henneke. Pickett. Kenny Pickett. His buddy.
Yeah, send him Pickett. No, he don't like Pickett. Obviously, he's a Steelers fan. So.
101, 105, 201.
I think you're getting a little greedy.
101, 105 for Chase and Gibbs.
I think I would do that deal.
Wow.
Value alone, 105 is worth more than Gibbs. That's Neighbors or the QB3 or Brock Bowers.
Yeah. And you're right. And you know what? I'm in a position where I shouldn't really be worrying about running backs right now. I'm still building my team out. He's not going to go 101, 105.
If he wants Chase, he will. Because he can talk about the quarterbacks all you want, but he wants to stack. He's not doing it for nothing.
Yeah, he was acting like he was doing me a favor. Right. Oh, I thought you needed a quarterback.
And this is what you say. You say, I'd rather have Gibbs than the 108 and 205, and I'd rather have Chase than the 101. But we can meet in the middle with the 105 as a counter.
So,
If he's
yeah.
commenting in his offer, I would make that comment. I'd say, to me, Chase is worth more than Caleb, and Gibbs is worth more than the 108 and 20 whatever.
Yep.
But we can meet in the middle with the 105 instead of the 108. Now you're getting greedy. You're adding more.
I know. We're gonna see some 205.
Okay.
You know what? Give me a 201. Fuck him. Because guess what? If you go, okay, hold on. If you go Dynasty Trade Calculator.
Okay.
It's that deal 81 for Chase Gibbs, 75 for 101, 105. So it's relatively even.
Okay.
If they add the 108
and then throw in Darnold or something like that, just because it doesn't matter, just to make it even.
Ooh, 201 and Darnold.
Well, no, like, yeah, right. You add Darnold, he adds a 201, whatever, and the 105.
Darnold. Yeah.
I don't really give a shit about Darnold.
201 and the 105. I like it.
So then you give up Chase, Gibbs, and Darnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Whatever.
For the 101, 105, and 201.
Yeah.
That's a nice deal. Darnold.
Make sure Darnold's not at the top. Does it reorder it?
I don't know. We'll see. Hold on.
Always put Chase first. Chase first.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's not the big piece. All right. So Chase, then Gibbs, then Sam Darnold. Always order it. Like I make a big point of this when I'm sending trades in like MFL, and I'm assuming it's the same here. Is that the order you click it is the order that it pops up?
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does. See what he's got.
Let's see. All right. Well, you can update us next week about how this went.
Good idea.
You asked for the 201, the 101, 105, and the 201.
Right.
You're giving up Chase, Gibbs, and Sam Darnold.
Yep.
And that damn thing reordered it anyway. Look at that. It has Sam Darnold first.
Yep, it did. It did reorder it.
I don't like it.
Well,
you should be able to order it by the pieces that you want on top.
Well, we'll end it there. And on the cliffhanger, this motherfuckers, this shit's getting declined. Confirm. Boom. So we'll see you next week, baby. We got a good Devi show coming up, and we'll talk about some rookies too. Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Pod.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Larry Monkey and Justin Rogers talking Dynasty football, baby.